Welcome back to I Am One, everybody. Today's topic 2.3.2. What is the equation of a line? And then the learning target for today is by the end of this lesson, I will be able to write the equation of a line from 2 points on a table or graph. So again, in the previous lesson, you guys learned how to find the equation of a line given a point and the slope. All right, so here we're going to be talking about how do we get those things out of exactly just 2 points. All right. So remember, I've mentioned this many times before, to draw any straight line, you just need exactly 2 points. So we can figure out everything just using those two. That would be the slope, right? The rise over run, the change in y or change in x, and of course, the initial value. All right. So let's look at question 299. In this problem, you will write the equation of the line that goes through the points in the table below. Use the questions below to help you organize your work. All right. So first, again, we have the inputs, our x values, and then our outputs, which are the y values, right? 29, 97, they're all kind of different if you guys notice. So they're all over the place. They're not really that organized, right? So, but we can still use them. So again, what is the slope of the line? So the slope of the line, we can always find it by looking for a change in y over a change in x, right? So we have to pick two values that will give us pretty much our change in y and our change in x. So this is up to you if you want to pick the first two or the next two or even the first one and then the last one. Just try to keep in mind, right, that if you do pick the negative ones, then you have to multiply a negative times a negative, right? Because the change is represented by subtracting. So here it's going to be, let's say we're using the first two. So that's going to be 97 minus 64, right? So our y1 minus our y2. And then our x1 minus our x2, right? Our first minus our second. So that's going to be 29 minus 18. And it's very important that you guys don't change the order in these, right? That those are always in the same order, okay? So if it's, in which I'm saying it would not be like y2 minus y1 over x1 over x2. So make sure they always match up top and bottom right there. So here, 97 minus 64, that's going to give us a total of 33 over 11. And that, of course, is just positive 3. So that pretty much determines the slope of our line, right? So m equals 3. So now looking at the next question, does it matter which points you use to calculate the slope of the line? Calculate the slope using two other points to verify your answer to part A. So again, something that remains constant is the slope of the line, right? So for sure, we can always pick two other points. So let's pick negative 8 comma 14 and negative 27 comma negative 71. So those two are negative, so it makes a little bit different. So m equals, again, delta y over delta x. That's equal to, again, the change in y, which would be negative 14 minus a negative 71, right? So if you notice, I put the extra negative in there because the number here is also negative. And then the next one is going to be pretty much negative 8 and then minus another negative 27. So here we simplify one more time. Again, that's going to give us negative 14 plus, right, negative times a negative is a positive 71 over negative 8 plus 27. All right, so that gives us negative 14 plus 71 is positive 57 divided by positive 19. And again, 57 divided by 19 is actually equal to positive 3. So again, it doesn't matter which 2 points you pick. Right? We found the same one, so we got the same result. Doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter which 2 points you pick to find the slope. All right. And then on the next one, how can you use a point to write the equation All right, and then write the equation of the line. So if you guys remember again from the previous lesson, we can use the point, right, by substituting into the equation. So we can substitute any points on the table, right, to find the initial value. So here's just a matter of choice which one you guys want to use. Initial value, all right, or B value, right? So let's pick a different point. Let's do, in this case, 1452. So 1452. So again, right, so we're going to plug in. Let me do it on the side over here so we have more room to work, right? So here, doing the work right here. So we're going to say y equals, right, we have 3 times x plus b, and then we selected the point 14 comma 52. So remember, I'm going to substitute both of these values into x and y. So that's going to give us 52 equals 3 times 14 and then plus b. So 52 stays the same. 3 times 14 is 42 plus our b. Subtract 42 from both sides, and we can find that b is equal to positive 10. All right, so that would be the equation over the line. Y equals 3x plus 10. So the next question is, once you have the slope, does it matter which point you use to write your equation, or why not? So again, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter because the line goes through all those points. All right. And then lastly, so question E, how can you verify the equation is correct? Again, you can pick any point on the line. So here we're going to say that y equals 3x plus 10, and then we're going to use the points. So here's personal choice. So we're going to use, let's say, 1864, right? So let's use that points, 18 comma 64. All right, so if we plug in 18, we're supposed to get 64. So y equals 3 times 18 plus 10. So 3 times 18 is 54. You add 10, you get 64. So that pretty much checks off. That way we know for sure it's correct, right? Because it gives us the same value, 18 comma 64. And again, you can pick any other point right there, and it should give you the same answer, right? You should get pretty much whatever y value you have on the table, you should be able to get it through the equation.